You've heard of ghost towns, but have you ever heard of a town that's been burning underneath for more than 60 years? This is one of the strangest real disasters in American history. Before we begin, comment below. Did you know a fire can burn underground for centuries? Uncovering America's strangest and forgotten real stories. Today, we travel to a place most Americans have never heard of, yet it's so extraordinary that it feels like fiction. Centralia, Pennsylvania. A quiet mining town that turned into an abandoned wasteland. A place where streets cracked open, smoke seeped from the ground, and the U.S. government eventually erased the town from existence. Stay with me, because the twist at the end is something even lifelong Pennsylvanians don't know. Centralia began in the mid-1800s with one thing: coal. Beneath the rolling hills of Pennsylvania lay one of the richest coal seams in the region. And with coal came opportunity. By the early 1900s, Centralia thrived. Miners filled the streets. Stores and diners stayed busy. Churches echoed with Sunday hymns. Children played near the railroad tracks. Life was normal, predictable, even charming. But under those quiet neighborhoods, beneath the sidewalks and gardens, stretched a network of abandoned mining tunnels, some more than a century old. Most residents had no idea that their entire town sat on top of a massive, hollow underground maze. No one could imagine that this forgotten network would one day destroy everything. It was May 27, 1962, Memorial Day weekend. The town wanted to clean up the local landfill, so a group of firefighters set a controlled burn, a normal routine. But this time, the fire slipped through a hidden opening in the trash pit. An unsealed mine shaft connected the landfill directly to the old coal tunnels below. Once flames touched the coal, Centralia's fate was sealed. This was no ordinary fire. It was a subterranean inferno, a fire with endless fuel, endless oxygen pockets, and no possible way to reach it directly. But here's where things get strange. The fire didn't just burn. It moved, silently, beneath homes, churches, and entire streets. And what happened next shocked everyone. At first, residents noticed small changes. The ground felt warmer. Thin wisps of smoke rose from the soil. Pets refused to go near certain areas. The air smelled wrong. But most people assumed it was temporary. They had no idea that the fire was spreading under their feet at nearly 50 feet per year. Then the symptoms grew stranger. Gardens wilted overnight. Trees turned white from toxic fumes. Basements filled with carbon monoxide. Snow melted instantly on certain patches of ground. Cracks in the road began glowing red. In February 1981, everything changed. A 12-year-old boy, Todd Domboski, was walking in his grandmother's backyard when the ground collapsed beneath him. A sinkhole opened, more than 4 feet wide, revealing a fiery pit of smoke and 300 degrees heat. Todd slipped in. Only a tree root and sheer luck saved his life. Had he fallen completely, he would have been swallowed by the toxic burning void. That moment forced the nation to confront the truth. Centralia wasn't just dangerous, it was dying. Experts tried everything: flooding the mines, drilling boreholes, creating ventilation shafts, sealing tunnels with clay, pumping slurry mixtures underground. Millions of dollars, years of attempts. Nothing worked. The fire was too deep, too unpredictable, and too vast. In 1984, the U.S. government made a painful announcement. They would buy out the residents, evacuate the town, and let Centralia go. Families who had lived there for generations were forced to leave. Houses were bulldozed. Schools were closed forever. Maps removed the town entirely. By the 1990s, only a handful of stubborn residents remained, refusing to abandon their homes, even as the fire crawled underneath them. In 2013, after decades of legal battles, the state finally gave the last survivors the right to live out their lives there, after which their homes would be seized and demolished. Today, Centralia looks like an abandoned world. Empty streets, staircases leading to nowhere, cracks venting smoke, rusted stop signs standing in silent intersections, a yellow warning sign that reads, "Danger, underground fire, walking or driving may cause serious injury or death." Experts believe the underground fire will continue burning until the year 2250, maybe longer. Centralia is not just a place lost in time. It's a haunting reminder of how one small mistake turned an entire American town into a permanent burning ghost. This was just one forgotten American tragedy, but there are dozens more buried beneath history. If you love uncovering America's strangest forgotten stories, you'll love what's coming next week. Subscribe, because the next story is even stranger and far more dangerous.